Hello, Theater 317. This is a quick welcome video from me, your instructor, and I'm going to talk you through a couple of things. We'll look at the syllabus for a bit, and I'll give you a sense of kind of the rhythm of the course and kind of how things are going to work this summer semester. So here we are on your landing page. It will default to what Canvas describes as the syllabus, which is kind of the syllabus for the real syllabus. Click here. So this will take you to Google Doc. Just a couple of things here. This is me, Dr. Tyler Smith. There I am. If you need to find my physical office or location for any reason, that's me. If you're on campus, happy to meet in person. Otherwise, I'm happy to meet in Zoom. There's my email address. And as I have highlighted in another tab, this is a little bit of a long syllabus. This is my contract with you. We both agree. Here are the rules, parameters, expectations for the semester. So I strongly encourage you to read the whole thing beginning to end. Not the most exciting reading you will ever do, but important for your understanding of what's up. I'm not going to read a lot of this at you because you can read, but I will read this first paragraph. Theater 317 is a course about faraway people on long ago times. This may make our studies seem dusty, antiquated, strange, inaccessible. They aren't. I promise, they're really not. I will work as hard as I can to show you how these worlds we study are accessible, dynamic, real, interesting, and most importantly, relevant. And I don't just mean relevant to needing to understand where the theater you're making today came from, but also relevant to like these plays get done and adaptations of these plays get done. So we're going to think about how these plays not only contributed to where theater is now, but also how they might be done or reimagined to be relevant in the 21st century themselves. I will ask you to open your brain to these ideas. Come on, meet me in the middle. Trust me. Yes, okay, medieval theater is maybe not your favorite thing in the whole world. Also, it is not my favorite thing in the whole world. But it is interesting. It tells us something about a lot and has messages and ideas that still matter today. Okay, scroll down. Course objectives. One of the things I want you to do here, I'll zoom in a little bit for your eyeballs, is to become a smarter human when making theater and talking about it. 2, to get to know the lovely complexity of creative and philosophical ideas that shaped theater from its origins to roughly 1800. Number 3, to learn the quote-unquote most important plays in theater history so you can talk, act, direct, design, dramaturg, etc. Now, the words most important are in quotes there very much on purpose because what's the most important is wildly subjective and is generally determined historically by a bunch of old dead European and American white guys. So there's that. But we're going to try some different approaches to see what we can come up with. Number 4, to get inside the heads of the people who made and saw theater in that era, understanding how their daily historical reality impacted them. Number 4 is what I like to think of as sort of like historical empathy. So you and I have no idea what it was actually like to be, I don't know, like a working class blacksmith who went to Shakespeare's theater in 1600 and saw a play. But we can get some ideas of what it was like to be sort of like that person and maybe in that person's shoes. And I want to work on that. To be able to consider a thing, take the thing in, think about the thing, analyze the thing, and talk about the thing. Anything at all. Yes, theater history, origins to 1800 is the focus, but I always, in all of my classes, seek to sharpen analytical minds and create analytical thinkers. That's you all. You have the skill sets already. We're just going to get better at them. Number 6, to become an excellent researcher and writer. Yep. And number 7, to learn to work quickly and under pressure. We basically knocked this thing out in 9 weeks. I've pared down a little bit of the material from a traditional semester, but this goes quick. I want you, even if it's the only class you're taking, to stay on task, learn to manage your time, because there's little of it and it goes by very quickly. Textbooks, you don't need them. You can find all the scripts in the semester in the files area of Canvas. There's the rundown of the grading. Not too many huge, complicated categories of grading here. No one single thing can kill you, so that's good. For instance, right, if you fail the final exam, or get a 0 in the final exam, you're only at a loss of 95 points out of 800. Quizzes, and I'll talk about these in a little bit more detail. 9 essay-only quizzes covering the plays you're assigned to read. Lecture response, you got to do 9 lecture responses. Discussion contributions, we're going to do discussion boards on Canvas. I'll talk about that in a minute. You get 2 exams, midterm and a final. They're the same length, same points. The midterm covers everything between now and the midterm. The final covers everything between the midterm and the end of the semester. There will be a final project. I'm working on that one. Got a new idea based on the class I just taught this past spring, so we'll get that in there. Video lectures. I will be delivering entertaining, hopefully entertaining, and visually compelling lectures. Some are new, created brand new for yes you this very semester. Others I've used before and I'm reusing. If you're looking at an older video and somebody says, hey, me, who else, says, make an annotation, just ignore that. We used to do this annotation tech. It didn't work too well, so we dropped it. I will ask you on your own time to read minimum grade, academic dishonesty, late work, Canvas, communication, and then the disability and diversity statements are tremendously important to me, so please make sure you read those from beginning to end. Okay, here's how this all works, and there are 2 different ways you can interface it. I would recommend, this is sort of like the framework of it, and then you go back to Canvas for the actual stuff. So the semester is divided into units. Unit 1 will cover foundations, origins, and writing about history in the form of 2 video lectures, part 1, part 2, and then a Unit 1 lecture response on Canvas. Then typically a unit will also have a play reading quiz. But since Unit 1 in this case doesn't have a play associated with it, then no big deal. And then the Unit 1 discussion board is on Canvas. So what I'm telling you here, and it'll be on Canvas as well, we'll get to that in a second, is all the stuff I've just highlighted here has to be done by 11:59 p.m. Thursday, May 16th. Got to get everything completed by that point in time. Similarly, if we move forward to Unit 2, which is Medieval Theater, by Monday, May 20th at 11:59 p.m., you got to do this. Watch the Unit 2 lecture in 2 segments, complete the Unit 2 lecture response, read Everyman, which is on Canvas, and the Apple Tree, which is online there. Take the Unit 2 quiz, contribute to the Unit 2 discussion board, right? So that gives you Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to get through all this material before it's due Monday, May 20th at 11:59 p.m. Unit 3, we're going to talk a little bit about how we take old stuff and make it new. And we're going to read Everybody, which is the Brandon Jacob Jenkins script, which is an adaptation or inspiration from Everyman. That's what we got so far for Units 1, 2, and 3. Everything below this line is under construction and will be updated in a timely fashion, I promise. So there's a bunch of stuff down here from last summer. I'm really reorganizing the class this summer and doing different plays in a different order. We'll talk about that, but that'll get you through so far. Now, what this actually looks like in Canvas, here's your landing page again, and the best thing to do for all of what you need to do is click on Modules. So, as promised, Unit 1, first you have to click here to view the video lecture. Once you've clicked that, then Unit 1 video lecture part 2 will be available for you. You cannot do part 2 until you've done part 1. And then you cannot complete Unit 1 lecture response until you've clicked through part 1 and part 2. And you cannot contribute to the discussion board until you've done the lecture response. And that's how this all structures, right? It's exactly what you saw in the Google Docs syllabus, except here it is in Canvas format and it must be completed in sequential order. As you'll see right now, Unit 2 Medieval Theater is still under construction. Not everything that you saw in the Google Doc is in here. It'll be in there soon. That's pretty much the rhythm of the class as we go through it. Every unit essentially has video lecture, lecture response, then read a play, take the quiz, then discussion board. And that's the overall structure. And once you get to your first discussion board, Unit 1 discussion board has pretty extensive instructions in terms of what I'm expecting from you on each discussion board. That's about what the semester looks like, folks. I try to make this as engaging as possible, even though it's asynchronous and online, whether it's stupid jokes or other dumb things from lectures, or asking you to be really engaged with one another in the discussion boards. So engagement and buy-in to the material on your part is really important to me. So I'll ask that of you, and hopefully we'll have a good semester. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks.